In the heart of Africa, in the land of 1,000 hills, amidst the lush landscapes and vibrant culture, a new international financial powerhouse is emerging.
As the saying goes, your network is your net worth. So the first benefit for members of Kigali International Financial Center is to be able to tap into a network of like-minded. Two, it's to be able to be invited on the table to discuss policy matters that are aimed at addressing challenges. And three, is to be able to join part of our team when we are doing international roadshows.
We have one mission really, is to make sure Rwanda becomes a financial hub.
KFC going forward will be playing a big role in transforming Rwanda as a financial hub and contributing to the economic growth. So we want to see a bigger contribution from financial sector in terms of offering financing solutions, in terms of job creation, and in terms of increasing tax base, for example.
A nation fully aware of the influence of Fintech on the state of the financial sector.
And as central bank, what we have done is put in place, because most of the digital financial services are in the payment services space, to make sure that we can accommodate like electronic money issuers, non-traditional banks that we've been able to license. On the side of remittances as well, we have more players than we did, and most of the fintechs now, especially Pan-African ones, are in that space, and that has helped to drive down the costs in remittances, for instance, as well as transfer of money.
We're very mindful and cognizant that with the fintech space, there's a lot of emerging technologies that are being put to use to drive financial inclusion. But also we know that even in the absence of policies and regulations, Rwanda prides itself in being a proof of concept hub, and so we're very open to testing and proving some of these fintech products and solutions, even without some of the policies and regulations in place. And so we even use that proof of concept as a way to build the right regulations that are responsive and enabling in many ways. So that's one. We have that enabling policy and legal environment that allows you to come and test and try, whether it's through the regulatory sandboxes or through a use case that we can co-design together. Second is the incentives that we provide, whether it's incentives that have already been put in place through our investment code, but also incentives that we're going to be putting in place through the Startup Act, and incentives that have already been put in place through the International Financial Center that is set up here in Kigali. All of these incentives are designed to allow for us to attract, all these brilliant ideas around how we can drive financial inclusion, the fintech industry and growth of it, but also we're very open to even considering additional incentives beyond what is already provided for in the instruments that we have, as long as it allows for you to test, prove a solution, and scale beyond just Rwanda.
This is Invest Rwanda, with a focus on how Rwanda's aspirations of becoming an international financial hub are turning into reality. Rwanda is known for its forward-thinking leadership and commitment to progress. The country rolled out what is poised to become Africa's leading destination for compliant and professional financial services and cross-border investments, the Kigali International Financial Center.
We are seeing quite a diversified number. Today we have close to 104 investors that have registered under Kigali International Financial Center. Majority of them, 50% plus, are setting up investment SPV and holding structures, followed by fintechs, regional fintechs that are looking for licenses in Rwanda while also having an eye on regional expansion. We're also seeing those fund structures. We are seeing new financial services. We are seeing other international financial service providers that are setting up rep offices. So it's quite a diversified pool.
Innovation and technology are driving forces behind Rwanda's financial ambitions. The Kigali International Financial Center embraces Fintech, providing a platform for positive, disruptive ideas in the sector to flourish.
So as we talk about an international financial center, it goes without saying that we need to ensure that our financial services sector speaks to the trends that we see not only in the region but also globally, which are around fintech and sustainable finance. And those are work streams, again, that we work with various stakeholders in country and outside the country.
With digital technology transforming how consumers, businesses, and financial institutions make, receive, and enable payments, the Kigali International Financial Center has set aside a comprehensive set of incentives for those within the fintech space.
For fintech that are choosing Rwanda, they receive government support. For example, in terms of, as I said, legal framework, we have a set of licenses, comprehensive licenses for them. They also enjoy tax incentives if you are based here in Rwanda. Secondly, there is a supportive ecosystem for startups and fintech in Rwanda. We have accelerators, we have incubators, and those are institutions that play a big role in preparing, for example, startups and fintechs to scale their solutions and products in Rwanda, but also across the continent.
Kigali International Financial Center has been successful in attracting venture capital and angel investors looking to invest in fintechs. And Jean-Marie says this too can be an advantage for fintechs that choose Rwanda as their base.
Those are the institutions that are looking for investment opportunities. So if you are based here in Rwanda, obviously you will be meeting and we will do a connection with those investors for fundraising purposes.
I think COVID showed us that all of us now have a dislike for cash. So we now need to begin to say, how do we address payments? How do we address lending? How do we scale insurance? How do we scale healthcare? That's what we see. Those are the opportunities that we see tech being able to address. And because of that, it's why we are now looking at this Africa-focused global fintech event in June. And to the viewers out there, I would ask that you really put this on your calendar, ensure you're in Kigali on the 20th to the 22nd of June, because we are going to be convening a strong constituency of heads of state, of governors of central bank, of ministers of both finance and ICT, of those with capital, and also convening the tech entrepreneurs and putting that constituency together to dialogue, to begin to say, yes, we are aware of these challenges, but this is what we need to be doing to address them. So that's a very important call out I would want to make to the viewers out there. Kigali, June 20th to the 22nd, it's the place to be.
KIFC's umbrella network of laws and regulations is intended to nurture domestic and foreign talent, support leading technologies and drive value, and inspire trust amongst investors, regulators, and other stakeholders.
Rwanda is an alternative. Investors have a choice. What they see in Kigali International Financial Center is a couple of things. One, Rwanda's global reputation on issues around transparency and compliance. Those are the heart for investment decision making. Number two is Rwanda's connectivity. Investments that the government of Rwanda has made in Rwanda Air, in the upcoming airports, those give an investor an opportunity to connect with other countries around Rwanda. So our geographical positioning puts us in good standing, and the investments that have been made complement Kigali International Financial Center. Third, is around our ability to create a very conducive environment. If you recall, Jean, is that in February this year, we launched an expanded one-stop center. This is very unique to Rwanda, where you are having regulators, you are having policymakers, you are having different institutions of government in one space to be able to work together to address investor needs. So 3 things: 1, strong global reputation on transparency and compliance; 2, Pan-African connectivity; and 3, a very enhanced environment that facilitates doing business not only in Rwanda but across the region.
Despite these ambitions, there are challenges within the financial sector.
I think skills is the biggest gap we have as we become a financial hub, as we become a fintech hub, a sustainable finance hub. We don't have the skills we're looking for. We're attracting investors to come in, we're attracting anything you can think about for the financial sector services. But when you look at skills in terms of do we have the right expertise, do we have the right professionals to serve the investors as they come in, we don't. So that's the biggest challenge. And when you look at capacity development and even skills development, the challenge is it's a while. You don't train someone today or build capacity today and get the result tomorrow. No, it's, for example, if someone is doing a CFA, I like giving examples of CFA. It takes them almost six years to be chartered. So that's what we're dealing with.
But there's another problem.
We are talking about Africa Continental Free Trade Area. We still have issues at the continental level of disaggregated licensing, policy issues. So those are things that we hope within regional blocks we can begin to dialogue on, because that's what will facilitate movement of capital, that's what will facilitate movement of people and of goods and services.
Well, there is some good news in dealing with these challenges.
Our chosen path has always been to identify partners for which we share mutual interest. For example, for Kigali International Financial Center, we have partners such as the Monetary Authority of Singapore that is quite advanced in this space. So in June this year, we're going to host a global fintech event. We are calling it Inclusive Fintech Forum. We are partnering with the Monetary Authority of Singapore to bring policymakers, those with capital, and those young Africans that want to showcase their brilliant ideas. We feel this is very important, and it's one of the avenues of trying to address challenges that are not only specific for Rwanda, but are specific for Africa. So this is a case in point. The other case in point is that even within Rwanda at a national level, we've been working with the Ministry of ICT, with the National Bank of Rwanda and other stakeholders. We just finalized Rwanda's fintech strategy. We are now moving into the phase of implementation that calls setting up a secretariat that now begins to identify at a national level what are those challenges and how do we address them.
When we're working on capacity development for the ecosystem and to prepare them for what's to come ahead and for all the investors who are coming in, we look at it in 4 different ways. First, we do promotion, really around now. Promotion is creating awareness. This is what Rwanda is, this is Rwanda's plan, this is where we're heading, how ready are we as professionals to serve the investors who are coming in, so that even people are aware, you know, in the next 5 years, I need to be marketable. If I need to be marketable, I need to upskill. So like we share with them, this is what's trending elsewhere, this is where we want to be. So you need to really step up your game to be here. That's one. And then another thing, we do coordination, like sector coordination. So we have Financial Sector Skills Council. So it's the Sector Skills Councils are spearheaded by the Rwanda Skills Office under RDB. But for the financial sector services, we take out for the financial sector and we call it the Financial Sector Skills Council. So this is just a body that will now coordinate capacity development specifically for the financial sector services. before, let's say the bankers are doing their own thing, the insurers are doing their own thing, the microfinances are doing their own thing, regulators are doing their own thing. So how do we work together as one team? With our aim of being a financial hub, how do we do everything not in silos but together? So how do we do resource mobilization for capacity development together in a more coordinated way? So actually it was launched, I think, 2 weeks ago. So this is going to help us coordinate capacity development and really plan specifically for capacity development for the financial sector skills. Yes, and then the other thing we're really doing is now upskilling. So we partner with different institutions when it comes to trainings. We've partnered with the International Compliance Association. Last year we had the INSEAD come. I think you've heard of INSEAD. INSEAD is a business school in France. It has France, in San Francisco, in Abu Dhabi. So we're trying to make sure we can have it because they don't have presence in Africa. How do we have such business schools, such caliber of schools come to Rwanda, so that now we can easily now, build this capacity we're really looking for. Now, why do we partner with such institutions? It's because when you look at finance itself, trainings under the financial sector, really expensive. So when we partner with them, we are really negotiating discounts for Rwandans. So any Rwandan having a course with them, having a program with them, can easily have it and have this program, but at a low cost, affordable really.
In Rwanda, we have quite a comprehensive legal framework that is up to international standards. We are a compliant jurisdiction with low level of corruption. We are well located in Central Africa, so we have access, for example, to Francophone and Anglophone Africa, and we also have access to the market, right? So by coming to Rwanda, by domiciling your investment here in Rwanda, you are enjoying access to a bigger market. We are enjoying a conducive environment. It is very easy to do business here in Rwanda, and it is also easier to operate from Rwanda. We know, for example, that it is quite convenient to open a company in few hours or few days. And we know also that when we are here in Rwanda, you benefit from government that is business friendly. So if you face any problem, if you want to have access to policymakers, it's also they are also very accessible. And this is very important for business community that want to have a jurisdiction where they feel comfortable to do business and to focus on what they are doing.
KIFC membership gives exclusive access to a thriving Pan-African financial community.
First of all, the goal of creating or having a KIFC club is really to create a community, a Pan-African community, whereby the members can enjoy different benefits from promotional activities, networking, also participating, for example, to policy reforms. For now, we have 28 members. I can mention we have some law firms, we have some tax advisors, we have banks, but obviously we have fintechs. And for fintechs, for example, what they are benefiting from being KIFC club member is we are helping them to promote their activities, right? We have done some success stories where we do articles, we shoot videos where they we invite them to showcase basically their solutions, and we help them in promoting their solutions.
As the saying goes, your network is your net worth. So the first benefit for members of Kigali International Financial Center is to be able to tap into a network of like-minded. Two, it's be able to be invited on the table to discuss policy matters that are aimed at addressing challenges. And three, is to be able to join part of our team when we are doing international roadshows. Those are very three value proposition that when you're a member of Kigali International Financial Center, you're able to take advantage of. A network that is ever expanding. 2, being part of and being consulted in policy. And 3, being part of the team that is also being exposed not only to Rwanda but also outside Rwanda. Those are the 3 most important value propositions that I can call out if you're a member of Kigali International Financial Center, that you stand to benefit.
The strategy to support and develop Rwanda as a financial center has picked up momentum, and the future looks promising.
You know, when Rwanda Finance was set up, we have one mission really, is to make sure Rwanda becomes a financial hub. And we've been working the last 3, I think they started in 2020, I joined a little bit late. And there are certain things that we are doing that shows you we are ready and how far we've gone. For example, the reenacting of a couple of laws. I think that already shows, I think I would say 18 laws have been reenacted in 2 years. That's a big thing. It shows you how ready we are and how willing and how we know what we want, really. And then the double tax treaties that are being signed with different countries. That's another thing that shows you that we know where we are heading. We want partnership. We want to sign tax treaties with agreements with different countries so that we don't become a safe haven, a tax safe haven, but make it easy for investment, really. Make Rwanda the pass-through for investment. So, and coming back to what I'm in charge of, capacity development, KIFC really looks its target on putting a lot of effort on capacity development, because I think if you're attracting investors and you're not, your professionals are not market ready, then you're really doing nothing. So the fact that we're attracting all these schools to come into Rwanda, the fact that we're creating awareness within different universities, we also want to go to high school, because we believe, because when you look at pass rates of professional programs, they're really low. I keep coming back to that. Personally, I think because the older you get, you have too much on your head. And so why don't we push the young ones to really pursue this so that we can create a pool that we are looking for. So really those 3 things, when you look at the tax, the laws that are being reenacted, the double tax treaties that are being signed with different countries, and capacity development, really.
KIFC going forward will be playing a big role in transforming Rwanda as a financial hub and contributing to the economic growth. So we want to see a bigger contribution from financial sector in terms of offering financing solutions, in terms of job creation, and in terms of increasing tax base, for example.
Beyond its financial prowess, Kigali's rich cultural heritage adds a unique flavor to this emerging financial hub. It's a city where tradition meets innovation, where diversity breeds opportunity, and where the aspirations of a continent converge. And for the man at the helm of leadership at the institution charged with spearheading the transformation of Rwanda into a global financial hub, there's only one way to see the Kigali International Financial Center in the near future.
Among international financial centers of repute in Africa, with very good standing, we're going to be seeing diversified financial services sector. We are going to see more employment opportunities being created within our financial sector. And finally, we are going to see more pools of capital that are being domiciled and for which both local and regional businesses will be able to tap into. That's what you will see within the next 3 and 5 years. It's already evident that it's happening, but we're going to see now scale around those 4 issues.